I've been thinking a lot lately about what the world needs. Because I'm part of the world, and you're part of the world, and we're all in a world of hurt right now, aren't we? But what's gonna make that better? I think I found out now what the world needs. Do you know what the world needs? The world needs now is another wrestling podcast. Yeah. What the world needs now is another wrestling podcast. That's right. What the world needs now is another wrestling podcast. Yeah. What the world needs now is another wrestling podcast. It's WTWN and IAWP for short. That's WTWN and IAWP for short. If you're not into the whole brevity thing, you could just say what the world needs now is another wrestling podcast. It's up to you. But it's WTWN and IAWP for short. What the world needs now is another wrestling podcast. Yeah. What the world needs now is another wrestling podcast. Every day. What the world needs now is another wrestling podcast. Yeah. The world needs now is another wrestling podcast. Clearly. Hi everybody, welcome back to the relaunch of What the World Needs Now is Another Wrestling Podcast, or WTWN and IAWP for short. That's the Championship Wrestling Production. CWP is me. Hi, I'm Mick. Slick Mick.
And I am the ever not so slick Rev. Someone needs to be a dumpster fire around here, and well, you know what? The damn shoes fit.
Your dumpster fire burns bright in the night, and it is a beacon of hope to the rest of us.
Wow. If I'm a beacon of hope, y'all in trouble. But anyway.
Yeah, so what we're here to do tonight is very recently AEW held their 2024 edition of the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. And I have not watched it because I'm an anarchist, but I'm going to go ahead and do a review of it anyway. Rev, you have watched it, right?
Oh, yeah. Watched it last night, and then I went and, as I was doing my notes, I rewatched some highlights of it so I can get it fresh in my mind. So, I have thoughts.
Professionalism, you has it, for sure. All right, so moving on from the train wreck, though, let's get into Trent Baretta versus Orange Cassidy. Baretta turned heel like a few weeks ago now, right?
Yes, and took out Chuck Taylor.
I mean, Chuck Taylor's been taking himself out slowly over time anyway, but the injury to Chuck Taylor was a legitimate career ender, though, from what I understand.
Yes, they're playing it up as a career ending. I think it's one of those things where it could be career ending depending on what happens type thing. So
gotcha.
They're writing off TV, which also gives you the opportunity, because always be working.
Yeah.
Come back and there'd be a good thing happening. But I see that Trent there's no Chuck, there's no best friends. It's just Trent, and Trent can't be second banana to an orange. So the story behind this match is, yes, Trent has gone heel, and he has been talking about how Orange Cassidy is not the person we think he is. He's really manipulative. He's just really a bad person, and he's not a real wrestler. He's a gimmick. He goes through all this and then says, you know what, I'm going to have a real wrestling match with you, and that's what's going to happen. We're going to find out who the best wrestler is, and then within the first opening bell, it's a hockey fight. There was wrestling there. Yes, Orange did his thing. Orange actually came out wearing a black t-shirt. So wherever the hell the minds of the bookers are, let me just say something that's been a theme with this show so far that I haven't mentioned yet. Is that AEW, you know how you have the hashtag for it for social media, AEW DON. I couldn't figure out if that meant Double or Nothing or the Don Callis show, because he was involved in almost everything. Like, he's sitting there scouting the match. He's talking about Orange Cassidy, and then he goes, I'm going to offer someone a contract after this match on Dynamite. It's like, are you seriously going to try to sign Orange Cassidy?
That seems to be where they're going. The Callis effect is kind of like a oh man, because Will Ospreay is part of this group too, right? With Don Callis.
Yes. Yes, the Callis family is Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher, Konsuke Takeshita. We'll talk about them in a second. Who else is in that one? God, I can't remember. It's like he just keeps signing all the miscreants.
Yeah, Takeshita. Oh man, but it's a weird group because like they're very very heel, and then Ospreay is not.
Yeah, he is very much babyface, and wow, yeah, there's. I'll say that for
yeah. We'll get there in a moment, I'm sure. Yes, I mean, end result though, you know, they were kind of building this up as I don't necessarily want to say it's a blood feud, but I mean, yeah, it is kind of because they were best friends. See what I did there for so long, and then all of a sudden, Trent just goes apeshit and turns on him. So this should be kind of heated. And do you feel like they brought the appropriate level of heat for this kind of for that kind of situation, or is anything settled? Or are they going to keep going? What's happening next?
I don't even think they know what's happening next. This shouldn't be on pay-per-view. This should have, if anything, this one should have been on the buy-in. This would have made a great like Dynamite or Collision main event. You know, maybe like a Fight for the Fallen or Battle of the Belts type thing. I can't see this taking up space.
I kind of got that vibe from the last two matches here. So like Jericho Hook, Shibata, and Baretta versus Cassidy should have been more of the buy-in matches than necessarily main pay-per-view. Speaking of matches that are out of place and their position on the card, the next match was Jon Moxley versus Konsuke Takeshita, an IWGP title eliminator match. To be clear, IWGP World Heavyweight Championship was not on the line, but the possibility of challenging for it in the future is on the line in an eliminator match. Have I got that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm offended. I don't feel like they are taking the IWGP seriously, and they're treating it like another belt that they can just have their little one-off matches for. You know how you earn a shot at the goddamned IWGP World Heavyweight Championship? You win a fucking grueling tournament, and then you defend your contract against the people you lost to in that same tournament for 2 months, and then you have a shot at this championship. You don't just say like, "Hey, can I challenge you for the belt?" And they go, "Yeah, sure, why not?" This is fucking stupid. Okay, got that out of my system. How was the actual match?
Actually, not bad. It was definitely a little bit more of a New Japan type match. I really felt like this was the first real kind of like paid advertisement for Forbidden Door. The main story was that John came in hurt. His left arm was bandaged up. He was keeping it winged up to his side, and so he was fighting a one arm match versus a stallion. So, just to add to a little bit of the surrealness of it, that I felt was you have the IWGP champion or IWGP, chewing acronyms for New Japan Pro Wrestling. In an AEW ring with a former DDT champion and not babyface, but like top guy type thing. And I'm hearing all this stuff, and I'm going, this is something that I didn't think was actually going to happen a couple years ago. So that was kind of cool. I like Takeshita. I think he is going to has a bright future. I'm not going to say he's going to be the best. He has the potential to be one of the best if things don't go south for him, and I think the same way for him and a couple other people. This was a fine match. It was a way to show what the Takeshita can be like. But again, this was also more of a story about the Callis family, I felt. Because it was about Don entering in, talking to him on the sidelines, because he was at commentary all night long, so I got to hear him all fucking night long. You knew when he was showing up because suddenly the crowd would be like, "Yay!" Boo! And it was like just that hard shift. It's like, what the? Oh, Don.
Like, it's Don Callis again. At one point, Don Callis was the best part of the AEW broadcast. I'm not sure what happened.
Jericho.
Oh God. Yeah, Jericho ruins everything.
That's good. Yeah, I'm kind of going to use that. Okay, it's okay. I am a bit of a weeaboo, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I love Japanese culture and I love the art, everything that comes from it. Yeah, exactly. Hell, but all these things. But with some of us who are really into like Japanese culture, especially like the anime stuff, it's like, why did they do this? And the only answer we have is because Japan. What happened in AEW? Well, because Jericho. It covers most of the problems.
It's the same thing we used to say about WCW back in the 90s. It's like, it's WCW. Don't ask. Just go with it.
Yeah, because either it was, on the same night, it was either the worst thing in the world or the best match you've ever seen. And there was no way to tell.
Man, not to get sidetracked too much, but I do remember watching the WCW pay-per-view where Brian Pillman had that match against Kevin Sullivan. It was the I Respect You match, like an I Quit match, but you had to say I respect you at the end of it. And just grabs the microphone and goes, I respect you, Booker man. Throws the mic down and leaves. And like,
God, the look.
Oh man, we were watching it live and we fucking lost our shit. We're like, what the hell is happening right here? What is this real? What's going on? Like, we were just like looking around, like, what is, I don't understand.
Did he just break kayfabe?
He totally
on
broke
live TV?
You didn't do that in the 90s?
No, not if you wanted to work again, but go figure, it got him more money at the end.
Yeah.
More problems, but it got more money.
Yeah, like Biggie Small said, you got more money, you got more problems.
You get more problems, yeah. That's the way it is.
So I assume
By the way, Mox won that one.
I was going to say, I assume Moxley won this match because he should have.
Yeah.
My problems with AEW treating the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship shamefully aside, I still think Mox is a worthy champion. It's just they're in a weird situation now. Like I said, I don't understand why they put the top belt on Mox in the first place. I'm sure Gato has his reasons, and in Gato I trust, but I'm feeling a little stretched thin here, Gato. I don't understand what's going on anymore.
Well, if they're trying to get more mainstream Western eyes on the New Japan Pro Wrestling product, they should probably ease up on the DCMAs on YouTubers. For one.
Yeah.
That would be a good first step. Good second step is putting the belt on Mox because people are going to see who Mox is. They know who Mox is. They're going to go, wait, he's a champion. Where? I've heard of this. Let's go watch it. Let's find it on YouTube. You can't.
Womp, womp, womp. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I would just love them to ease up on the DCMAs because I have a lot of stuff that I would like to... a lot of my favorite YouTubers got completely wiped out by New Japan because, they were posting... Showbuckle is the guy I'm thinking of. He doesn't have a presence anywhere on the internet anymore because New Japan came after him so hard on the DCMAs that he's just like, you know what, never mind, this isn't fun anymore.
Yeah, Wrestling the Narrative got his two Inoki videos killed, which is really sad because one of them was the Inoki Masasaito no rope match.
Oh, wow.
Brilliant.
Right. Yeah.
But, whoop, that wasn't me. Yeah.
The cop car? That's just outside my window.
Well, either that's a Mean Street Posse or Big Bubba showed up.
Right? Mean Street Posse.
I've been watching way too much. I've been watching wrestling bios way too much. Anyways.
Every time you say Mean Street Posse, I just go, have you ever had sex? I have.
I have.
What was it? Felt real good when I did it with my penis.
When I did it with my penis. Jesus. Yeah, I'll go through, I'll watch that, binge watch it. And then it's like that they show up, I just immediately hit mute and I don't want to explain this. 90s wrestling, there's some things you had to be there.
Yeah. I mean, I was always a fan of Mean Street Posse. We're getting way off track here, though.